Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Today is Saturday, it's November the 5th. So welcome to Saturday, welcome to the weekend. I hope you're doing well this morning. I am having a cup of tea today. It's English breakfast. Good old standby. I love a cup of nice strong tea in the morning. It's just really refreshing and gets you going. But I wanted first of all to thank everybody who made such wonderful comments yesterday in our article about what it means to be a hero, and what things you've done in your life that you consider yourself to be a hero. And I was just so impressed by the warmth and the kindness of the responses. In my definition, any woman any age who's gone through a challenging time and come out the other side transformed is a hero. And for me, the foundation is kindness and recognizing our basic human goodness. And you demonstrated that yesterday so beautifully. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and also for the wonderful personal comments you made. You just lift me up every day, and I'm just so grateful that you're all here. So let's go through a bit of what's going on in our crazy world, and then I've got some fun stories. I've also got a gift for someone at the end of the day today. So stand by for that. Now, in Marrakesh in Morocco, they are holding the COP22 session next week. Now, COP stands for Conference of the Parties, and these COP events are held all over the world. It was sponsored by the United Nations to really get a dialogue going about climate change and what governments around the world can do to help. And this COP22 in Marrakesh is going to be covering what individual governments are doing, and also to kick off the Paris climate agreement that was ratified, if you remember, a few months ago by, I think, 180 some countries, lots of countries who were committed to doing something in their world to help with climate change. Their primary thing is to reduce the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And this meeting next week is going to be an opportunity to restate everyone's desire to save our planet. Very important. But that's in Marrakesh in Morocco. In the United States, former aides of Governor Christie were found guilty yesterday of fraud and conspiracy in a situation that was it arose in 2013, where there was a claim that they had done maneuvered the traffic on a bridge out of New Jersey to punish a mayor who would not support Governor Christie. Now, there were lots of conversations as to how he might be involved, but yesterday, 2 of his aides were found guilty. So there was something behind all of that. I don't know what the sentence is going to be, but I'm sure that will be in the news in the United States. And of course, we're 3 days and counting, and Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton have been everywhere around the country trying to get those last few voters to commit to them. And not too long now to go before we know what choice the American people are going to make. In Turkey overnight, 2 senior officials in the pro-Kurdish government party were arrested, along with other colleagues. Now, this is really dramatic because this is the 3rd largest party in Turkey. They are elected, and President Erdogan decided to arrest them, and claiming that they were involved in the coup that was attempted a few months ago. So a lot of people are speaking out now against this because it really is challenging the process of democracy. These were elected officials, and they've now been arrested. So Turkey continues to be very much in the spotlight in that part of the world. And there was a suicide bombing a few days ago there, and ISIS has claimed responsibility. So a very turbulent situation in Turkey. In France, tonight there's going to be a concert at the Bacalan concert hall. This is the place where last year, almost exactly to the day, terrorists attacked Paris. They killed 130 people, if you remember, in locations around the city, and there were 90 people killed in this concert hall. It was in the middle of a concert, and they just opened fire on the people there. So this year, Sting U.S. Superstar performer is going to perform there at the Bacalan, and he's going to give all the money that is collected from the event to the survivors' families and or to the people that was killed, the people, surviving families, and it's just a great gesture. But very, very sad. Paris has had quite a year, and for those of you who love Paris, and I do know a lot of you do, the city's beginning to get its feet on the ground, and this will be a great concert, hopefully tonight. So tomorrow was the anniversary. In Iraq, government forces are really being challenged by the ISIS fighters who are left in Mosul. They are combining forces now with the Peshmergas from the north and other coalition partners. But there's this tough resistance. And yesterday they had to pull back a little bit to just kind of regroup because the ISIS fighters are very well armed and they're not giving up without a big fight. So that's it. There was an interview as people now are starting to leave Mosul, the outskirts, and they're waving their white flags to be rescued by the government forces. They interviewed several of them, and it was it's just normal people, women, children, young men, adults. Very sad. But they interviewed several people, and one little boy just broke my heart. He said, I haven't been to school in 2 years. And the only thing that ISIS has taught us how to make, or taught us anything, is how to make a bomb. I just can't even imagine what the situation has been there for the last 3 years. It just sounds horrific. But all this is coming to a close hopefully soon, and the coalition army will be successful in regaining Mosul. Okay, now a story that is actually from Germany, but I would like to ask you a question. Would you like your energy, your electricity to be free? Yes? A lot of people nodding yes. Well, it turns out that the German infrastructure, they're really beginning to be quite forerunners in the area of renewable energy. And they have pledged to be completely powered by renewable energy, windmills and water and sun by 2050. This is their goal in Germany, and they are really working hard to achieve that. And they, of course, being completely dependent on renewable energy means you can bring the costs way, way down. And in fact, you could actually just produce it for nothing. It's free. So one day earlier this year proved that this can be done. On May the 8th, I think it was, there was wind, there was just the right circumstances, and for some time, the whole country was being powered by renewable energy. In fact, you were being paid to use the energy. It was free, and it didn't last, of course, for very long. But it just proved the point that that the cities in all the countries in Germany can be powered by renewable energy, and this, of course, does a lot to go back to the story of the COP22 to actually help with greenhouse gases and make the air cleaner and the world a better place. So that's good for Germany that they're putting such a big priority on that. And it's just amazing that we're making so much progress. Now, today is a funny day. Of course, there's always something we're celebrating on a funny day. And today is Red Hair Day. So I don't know whether you have anyone out there, well, I'm sure we have lots of women with red hair. So let's have a shout out for all the beautiful women with gorgeous red hair. That's today. This is your day. And of course, there's all kinds of myths and rumors about, people with red hair. Sometimes it's not been so pleasant. They've been discriminated against. But they now say that, of course, it's a sign of the fire inside is being demonstrated on the outside. So if you've got red hair, you're a fiery personality. You're strong-willed and get everything that you want. You're very determined. So this is what it says. So if you're one of the lucky ones that has red hair today, this is a time to as it says here, revel in your utter beauty and gingerness. And so anyway, let's just celebrate everyone with any color hair, but particularly if you've got red hair, today is your day. That's really fun. So I'd like, shout out for all the women who've got red hair. I think that'd be a fun thing to leave in the comments section below. I think red hair is beautiful. There's a woman who reads the news. I actually always watch this one channel, and she's got beautiful red hair, and she always wears pink and that green color, which are just, she just knows her colors, and it looks gorgeous. So now, here's my feel-good story for the day. We actually follow Age of Happiness, which is a really cool website. They started, they have a Facebook page and a website, and their goal is to celebrate people who are doing cool things in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 90s, beyond. And they've got some really cool articles. And I found one I wanted to share with you, with this woman. Her name is Montserrat Meco, or Mecho. She's 78 now. But when she was 49, she decided that she really wanted to spend some time in the air. So she started jumping out of planes with a parachute on her back. And she loved it. And from the minute she started doing cartwheels and acrobatics, and she just had a completely natural ability. And she just found it so relaxing, this is hard to believe, right? Jumping out of a plane, but so soothing. And she said she found her bliss. This was the thing that really turned her on and gave her happiness in her life. It was jumping out of planes. And the story is that she's actually jumped now over 1,000 times from a plane, and she just keeps doing it. She's now 78 years old. She's actually athlete. Of course, she does other things to keep fit. She swims, she's a diver. I think she says she's got a few other skills. I'm looking here, but she's most of all just happy in the air. And I don't read this story to make you feel like you have to jump out today and go jump out a plane or do anything physically demanding. It's really more about doing the things you love. Just doing things that make you happy, that make you smile. And having confidence. If you've never jumped out of a plane before, but you've been curious and you're strong and in good shape, do it. Just do these things. And Montserrat, her name actually, they call her Montse. She said that she just loves this experience of being in the air, free flying. The freedom makes her happy. She says, I do a lot of smiling, she says. So I think finding what you love to do that makes you utterly joyful is the way to live your life. And maybe Montserrat will be an example to us. But I'll leave you the link to her story on the Age of Happiness, and have a look at their other articles too. Really inspiring people. Yoga teacher who's 90 some years old, people that are doing all kinds of fun things with their lives. So I do have a gift for today, and I want to make sure I don't forget to show it to you. Now, this is something we've given before, and people love them, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity this time to secure one of our yoga videos. This is our 60andMe yoga video. Now, this is a really popular yoga series. It's called Gentle Yoga. We designed it for older women's bodies that are maybe a little bit stiff or not so agile, but the practice is very, very traditional, very beautiful. And Kat Kabir is our teacher. She's from Bali and a really wonderful teacher and person. You just will fall in love with Kat. And she goes through in this DVD basically different parts of the body. So it starts with spinal health, and then hips and legs, back, shoulders, and then at the end there's a flow session where everything kind of goes together. But so you can actually work on parts of your body. There's one on balance. You can work on parts of your body that need a little bit of attention and help, and then you can just do them all as one practice. So I've got one DVD set. There's 2 DVDs in it. And I'd love to share it with someone in our community. So just put your comments in the section below, and I will get this off to one lucky person, and hope it brings you happiness. Right, so that's the end of our show today for Saturday, but I do have one more thing to ask you. Well, first of all, I have 2 things. One is to say, if you love this Mornings with 60andMe, please give us a hand, give us some help in getting other people to be aware of it. Go up to 60andme.com/mornings, and just invite friends, anyone that you think might benefit from this morning show, and we'd be really grateful for your support. That's one thing. And then I do have a question for you so we can get some conversation going, which we always do. You always jump in. You're fantastic. So, I remember a quote. I've had it actually sticking on my refrigerator for years, and it was by a teacher, a professor called Joseph Campbell. Now, I love Joseph Campbell. I love mythology. I love stories, and that's what he is all about. But he had a quote that said, "Follow your bliss." And I always have that as a memory, that if you love something, if you've got something that really makes you happy, follow it. Go for it. So follow your bliss. So I would like to know, how are you going to follow your bliss this weekend? What are you going to do that's going to make you happy, make you smile? How are you going to spend your time? What are you going to do this weekend that's going to be following your bliss? Really look forward to all your comments and joining the conversation. I hope you have a really wonderful Saturday and have a great, great day. And I'll see you all back here tomorrow on Mornings with 60 and Me. Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.